All right, I got a sick kid today, and there's a booktube tag, so I figured I'd do it because I'm not skiing. Might as well do a quick video while she listens to Wings of Fire upstairs. So I'm doing the, second Tome Around book tag. Nobody tagged me in it because I'm just starting on booktube, so I'm just doing it. Question number 1 is, do I buy secondhand books? And the answer is absolutely I buy secondhand books. You can't see down here. This is my nonfiction shelf. And there's some secondhand up here. There's quite a few secondhand up here, actually. But my almost my entire fiction shelf just down to the side here is secondhand. Yeah, almost all is secondhand. 1 or 2 brand new ones in there. And maybe that C.S. Lewis Narnia one, because I probably got that one as a kid. But anyway, almost all of my fiction is secondhand. And the reason that is because I'm collecting, because it's stuff I really like. So I've got, what is it here? So let's pull out this, Shadow of the Giant. Orson Scott Card. I have read this many times. I like it. And I actually have it on Kindle, and I have it in audiobook form. Or same with Crystal City, another Orson Scott Card. Or some Asimov is down there. Or Tom Clancy. I like some Tom Clancy. I admit it. I like Tom Clancy. Or Stephen King, the Gunslinger series is down here, and I'm collecting that as like this is going to be my my collection, to add to my collection to enhance it. So what was my latest purchase yesterday? So I've only pulled off the used books that I got. She got these at the libraries, because every so often our library sells them for $2 for a hardcover. The first one was Canoe Country. This was about the making of Canada and how canoes shaped Canada. I haven't read this yet. Second one is Strap Hanger. And that's about transit and cars, and so strap hanger is in like a subway strap. And then Greatness. This is Reagan, Churchill, and the Making of Extraordinary Leaders. No idea, it just looked interesting. So that's my most recent purchases. I actually got some used or some brand new stuff as well. Some stuff from Neil Gaiman and C.S. Lewis trilogy on his space trilogy. I've never heard of it, so I just got it. No idea. I got that at the used bookstore. So what condition do I find acceptable? Kind of anything. Like, I'm not... Depends. So this Asimov one it's still in good shape. The slipcover is kind of dented in a few spots, but like when you flip through it, like it's just an old kind of worn book. Like there's no highlighting on it, no nothing like that. I probably would opt out of highlighting, and most of my books are close to that condition. Some denting on the cover, and that's it. Because I'm collecting their books I like. So Wheel of Time series is another one that I'll start. I already had 6 books in my hand when I went and saw that they had some Wheel of Time books. So, and there was one there that was like really ratty, the slipcover, and I maybe wouldn't get that one, or I might get it, but still put a hold, put my name down for a future version that was better, and then trade in the old version. So I generally like good quality books. So next one, after you have read said book, do you keep it for a reread or donate it? Depends. So stuff like and Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'll highlight this one later. Like, I wanted that book for my collection to have it because I have it on Kindle and I really like it. Same with a lot of the other ones I highlighted. I don't think there's anything in here. Well, Terry Brooks. So I've heard of Terry Brooks, and I've read, and this was a used book. Just used book from the local bookstore. We'll talk about them in a minute. And I read it. I read some other stuff by Terry Brooks, and I thought it was okay. So we'll see if I keep that one. That one may go back. So do I have a favorite place I like to go? Absolutely. The Bookman is actually the worst part is that it's a block away. It's literally just a block away. So I spend money there on a regular basis. I walk in and I'm like, do you have any of these 3 books? And they're like, no. We do have real books, Curtis. And I was like, I know that, but I'm asking for like something weird. What did I just ask for? I asked for, so my Amazon shopping cart, 3 books I asked for recently. I'm still in my Amazon shopping cart, so I can tell you what I looked for, and they didn't have. Amazon.ca in Canada, and my cart I have in here. Oh, not that. I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogle, I guess you'd say that. 1,000 Books to Read Before You Die, A Life-Changing List by James Mustich, and then Jubilee by Margaret Walker. Those are 3 books that I was like looking for initially. And I've got a lot of books that I'm looking for that are off the beaten path a bit. So I just put the lists down and wait for it. So one was like, where is it here? This Yvonne Chouinard, Let My People Surf, right there. That was one that's kind of off the beaten path, and then my wife ended up getting it. Because they called her, because actually we use her account mostly. Even though it's all me, we use her account, and she occasionally is like, oh, here's a book I got you as a present. So that's nice. Next question. Yeah, favorite place to go, hardback or paperback? Hardback, like not even a question. I go for hardback. If I can at all get a hardback, that's what I go for. So I've got The God Delusion, which I got last month by Richard Dawkins, and I got that in paperback just because I'm not sure if that will stay in my library or not either. It's more of like I want to read in this genre. I'm a person of faith, so I just want to read the other side of the argument. So that one I may not keep. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that, but I'm looking to like The Hitchhiker's Guide or a bunch of the other ones I highlighted. Like they're building my library, so I want a hardback. Have I found any real gems? So the first thing that popped out to mind when I was listening to Steve Donahue talk about this and decided to talk about it, was this one by Douglas Adams. And it's like, I don't know that it's a gem. Like you look at it, you're like, why is this special? But I think it's special because I opened it up and hard to see. But there is an inscription and it says, "Dear Chris, I couldn't resist enjoying Natasha." And then it says, "Dear Chris, I'm 24 now, so if I carry the 6 more years, thanks for being you and being my friend." So someone borrowed this from Chris twice, right? And then now it's in my possession. And that alone made it like special to me. Yeah. And I've got a bookmark in here. That alone made it special to me. That I thought like this has had a history, and like, so this book is even going to be hard to see, but it's got a little bit of like the covers coming off just a touch, not terrible. If I'm careful with it, it won't, get any worse. But that alone, that someone used it and clearly loved it and like talked to a friend, and like, it doesn't say how old Natasha is. I think it's Natasha. Narshina, something like that. Like it doesn't say how old she was in the first one. So she's 24 in the second read. So it's excellent. And this copy came out in 93? Yeah, this is a 93 copy. So like that is excellent. It made me excited to get that. And as soon as they said, "Oh, here's this book," and I looked, I was like, "Oh, cool, that's nice." And I flipped it open and was like, "Oh, there's an inscription. Oh, okay, like that's what made that special to me." So I look around, and if I find books that have like personal notes in them, like that makes the book extra special. I have no idea who these people are. I'd lovely to find out one day. I assume they're in Chilliwack because I bought at this bookstore in Chilliwack at the Bookman. But just seeing that there was an inscription there, that someone cared about the book and cared about the person that lent them the book twice, like that made it excellent. If I was going to lend this out, I'd be like, "Hey, add to the inscription and put the year in it that you borrowed it from me." That would be like a great way to continue this in tradition in this book. Maybe I should do that with other books I lend out too if I'm on the back. So, because sometimes I give out a book, I'm like, I didn't Flea, Acid for the Children. Didn't really care for it. Lent it to a friend and said you could just keep it if you want it. Next, optional. Find a book in your shelves that you can donate to a good cause or your local charity. I don't have one right now. Like I said, Richard Dawkins, The God Delusion may go, and I would take it back to the Bookman. There's a few others, maybe 1 or 2 others around that I might take back, but I'm generally collecting a book that I want to keep. So that's not true. Neil Gaiman, Neverwhere. I love the book, but I'm waiting for a hardcover. They had a paperback, like trade paperback, come through, and I grabbed it this month because I just wanted it. I was like, this is a good book. I love the book. I've listened to the story multiple times. I own it on Kindle, but I wanted a copy. I do want a really nice copy of it someday, like a hardcover, hardbound, big copy of it. But for now, I've got that one, and that's totally cool. So I'll read that one. I'll use that one for a while, and then I'll pass it along when I can find the copy that I want or I prefer. Go ahead and tag some peeps. I honestly am just new to booktubes. I don't know who I could tag at this point. The only people that I know have already done it. So I tag nobody. Or if you read this, you see this, and you want to do it, then by all means do it. Let me know, and I will adjust the description to make sure it links to you responding to me. Thanks. Have a good one.